Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this second live broadcast of Reagan County Owl Football. We're live from James H. Byrd Memorial Stadium in Big Lake, Texas. I'm your host, Stephen Dodd. This broadcast is brought to you by Soliz Optimum and the Big Lake Wildcat. I'm here with my co-host, Scott Myers. Scott, how are you today?
It's good to be with you all tonight. It's still a little warm out here. We're got a little breeze. Kind of a typical West Texas Friday night in September.
It is. It's a beautiful night. We've got quite a few people appropriately social distanced in the stands. And right now we're going through the pregame, including the national anthem and the school songs. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Owls have taken the field, warming up. Looks like the Iraan Braves are taking the field now, getting ready to run out. Tonight's game is going to be Reagan County versus Iraan. Scott, we're taking on the team West, and a little different district, a little different flavor.
We've seen the Iraan Braves a few times. This is something of a historical rival between Reagan County and Iraan, but we don't get to play this game every year because we're not in the same division, the same district, those kinds of things. So it's good to have the folks from Iraan here visiting in Big Lake tonight.
It is. They brought a great crowd, and they're across the way ready to watch, and hopefully some of them are watching this broadcast so they can see this performance by all of our student athletes and bands. We've got about 7.5 minutes to game time. What do you think, Scott?
Well, I think the few things that will happen here in front of game time are all a part of the importance. It kind of expresses the traditional nature of things as related to football in West Texas. So, for example, now the Iraan Braves are running out of their tunnel. They are led by flag carriers, and actually one of the things that you notice right away about the Iraan Braves is that they have only comparatively a handful of ball players. And that's going to be a new deal for them, isn't it, Stephen?
It is. We're looking at it looks like about 15 to 16 players, and so they're a smaller team this year. Much like Big Lake, the classes will kind of ebb and flow with the number of kids. Right now, the Owl starters are being announced.
And the Owls will do a similar entrance here in just a moment. They'll go into the inflatable owl and then make their official entrance. It's just all part of the sort of pomp and circumstance of, pageantry is part of football. And I think West Texas high schools do a really good job of pageantry.
They do, and during these difficult times right now, I think this is something that both communities really need, and I think it's a wonderful blessing that we're able to enjoy high school football and the pageantry that is West Texas football on this beautiful night. Again, I'd like to thank Soliz Optimum for sponsoring this broadcast and the Big Lake Wildcat for all their hard work in putting this together. Again, on short notice, this is our second time, but only about a week and a half since we've started doing this and putting together all the pieces needed to broadcast this live, and they've done just a wonderful job.
It's quite an undertaking, but I tell you what, one of the things that happens when the nation, the world kind of goes into these crisis mode kind of moments is the creativity seems to increase. The people who are looking for ways to get things done or looking for new ways to do things, they begin to thrive when they figure out we need to do this differently. Now what we have coming onto the field, this is what the fans here have been waiting for. We've got the Owls coming out of their tunnel, led by quarterback Jacob Gallegos, waving the American flag and making their way down the field in front of the home stands.
And there go the Owls, getting ready to take on the Iraan Braves. You know, something we're about to see that's interesting during these times that we're in is the coin toss. It's going to be done a little different, as we found out last game.
It is different, and what we used to have was each team would choose 3 or 4 captains and send them out there, and all the officials and all the captains would meet out there together at the center of the field. And I've done this with kids on Thursday football, and they love it because they get to shake hands and they get to introduce themselves to their opponents and all that stuff. But as you can see, if you're watching now, it's a little different now.
Out on the field right now for the Owls is number 1, Christian Galindo, and number 50 for Iraan.
Javier Hernandez.
And they're going to do the coin toss and make their calls, and we're going to see who's going to kick and who's going to receive here real quick. About 4 minutes to game time.
If you've already checked in with us here, there are places for you to comment and just let us know that you're here. There are ways for you to then share this with friends and family who might also be interested in this broadcast. Do we call it a broadcast? I'm not sure what the terminology is anymore. We call it a stream. We call it a broadcast.
I like both.
Okay.
I think both work. You know, and I like to call people out that are watching occasionally. And I noticed a couple of my classmates from the class of '93. I've seen Trent Hallmark. He's out there. I believe Trent's down South Texas around Houston, and Natalie Ortiz.
That's great, and you're seeing them check in, and we want to say welcome to the broadcast, welcome to the stream, and it is going to be time shortly for the national anthem. So as soon as we get to that point, then we will bow out and give you opportunity to celebrate the national anthem with us. Well, that's the sign that we are ready to begin.
What's the call on the field, Scott? Do we know who's receiving?
You know what? I thought you were paying attention. Was that my job? I'll get right back to it. We'll find out really quickly here as soon as the players come out in formation. And we'll do our best.
Here come the Braves to line up. Looks like they're in a return formation, Scott.
They sure are. We will do the best that we can to keep you up with player names as we go this evening. For example, back to receive for the Braves, number 4, Angel Zapata. Number 33, J.D. Soliz. The Owls come out in kick formation. Looks like Eric Garcia is lined up at the kicker position.
And here we go. Game number 2 of the 2020 season. Reagan County's about to kick it off. There's a kick. It's a pooch kick.
A little trickeration attempt on the Owls' part. Fair caught by the Braves at the 40-yard line. They'll come out first down and 10. Received by number 14, Daniel Reyes. That was a smart play. Good field position for the Braves.
Who are the Braves starting off behind center, Scott?
Well, I'll tell you who they have listed, and it's number 5, Braden Kent. And according to our records, he is a freshman, so it's a big spot for a young kid to step into like this.
That's right. Looks like our defense is in a 3-4 front. Nope.
Kent is under center to take the snap. Handoff up the middle. Brought down after a 4-yard gain.
That was a great stop by number, I think that was number 8. It's Angel Bateo, I believe, on that stop. Really filled that hole quick. Stopped the ball carrier right in his tracks.
2nd down and 6 for the Braves. They look over to the sideline to get a play signaled in.
They're taking their time, Scott. Looks like they're trying to come up with the right formula to get through the Owl defense.
Kent under center. Hands off to the left side. Tony Barrera brought down immediately by the Owls.
Looks like it was Hunter Fuller on that stop. And who else? And Christian Galindo.
That's a good time for the Owls to hold them to just a single yard gain there. Maybe not even that. Looks like we're at 3rd down and 5.5, 6 yards.
That's a fantastic tackle by young linebacker Hunter Fuller. He's a sophomore. He's been out there working hard. That was some great work.
Braves come up to the line. Kent under center once again. Tight formation for the Braves. Takes the snap. Hands off to the outside. Number 29 brought down right away. Gavin Aguirre. He's a senior on this Braves team.
No gain from the Braves. Going to bring up a 4th and fairly long, about 4th and 5. We'll see if we're going to get a punt here.
A little bit of personnel change for Iraan there, but as you would expect on a shorthanded team, they probably have the same guys whether they run punt formation or not, so we'll see.
Yep.
It appears that Kent is deep to kick, deep to punt for the Braves, and Christian Galindo backs up for the Owls.
There's the
Kick
kick.
is up, and it's a little wobbly kick right to the sideline. Going to be maybe a 15, 20-yard punt at most. The Owls will have good field position to start their first drive.
Yeah, that's a fantastic start for Reagan County.
Well, you get an emotional boost from getting a 3 and out on the very first possession. And here we are at the 37-yard line. They're going to mark it now at the 38. We'll have first down and 10 for the Owls.
Owls are already up to the line of scrimmage. They're moving. What do we got here, Scott?
So it looks like what the Owls are going to do, at least for this series, is they're going to come up to the line, signal in the play from the sideline to force the Braves to get into defensive formation. As we're used to seeing Gallegos in the shotgun, Isaac Perez to his right in the backfield, 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Snap, swing pass out to the right. Galindo with the reception. Galindo shakes the first tackler, gets wrapped up at the 42-yard line, This looks like it's going to be a 4-yard gain on first down for the Owls.
That was a good pitch and catch by Gallegos and Galindo. Good way to start the game with a completion and a good run. Good start for the Owls, and they're already getting ready to go again.
They gave Christian a 5-yard gain on there, so we'll have second down and 5. First appearance in the varsity game this season for Raymond Saldivar, who comes off of the sideline into this trips left formation. Gallegos takes the snap, hits Saldivar on a screen pass, a wide receiver screen, takes a couple of blockers with him. Not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain for the freshman.
What a great play for the freshman right off the bat, making the catch and not letting the Braves bring him down.
So bring up a 3rd and short, looks like a yard for the first down. Owls up to the line, looking to the sideline. 3 receivers right this time, 1 left. Gallegos in the shotgun. Takes the snap on a keeper. Looks like he's got enough for the first down. Picks up a couple more blocks. Is still on his feet. Gallegos, they're going to have trouble catching him. And they finally do bring down Jacob Gallegos at the 12-yard line.
Great run by the senior quarterback. And we saw a lot of this last week. Gallegos was really able to do a lot of damage with his feet, and it looks like he's picking up right where he left off.
But I tell you what, that offensive line is opening up the initial hole for him, and then he shakes a couple of guys and does the rest himself. It's really good to see the Owls get a big gain here.
And they're back up to the line of scrimmage right now.
They are, and I believe the play is in already. Gallegos takes the snap. Wide receiver screen to Galindo this time. Got some room across the middle. There's a flag coming into this play as Galindo gets dragged down at the 4-yard line. We'll see what that flag is about.
We'll have to see what the laundry on the field's about, but otherwise, that was a very good play by the Owls. Well executed. Again, excellent blocking up front. Good pass and catch. Good play.
Here's the call from the official. He calls block in the back against the Owls, so this will come back.
And again, we've mentioned this before, but it's nice having someone in the booth that also knows a thing or two about throwing flags.
I do. I've thrown a few flags in my time. I throw flags, but Thursday's my flag throwing day. I don't do it on Friday, just Thursday. So block in the back, takes the Owls back 5 yards, 1st and 15 from the 17-yard line.
Owls are still in the red zone. Still first down. Owls are in good shape.
Play signaled in. Christian DeLuna over center. Snap it to Gallegos in the shotgun once again. Hand off to Isaac Perez. Hit behind the line of scrimmage. Gets back just about to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Second down.
Several Braves in on the tackle there. Looks like it was led by number 21, Tony Barrera, one of the linebackers.
Three receivers right, 1 left. Perez lines up to Gallegos' left. Gallegos with the snap. That swing pass out to the right again. Saldivar makes a tackler miss. Has it all the way into the end zone. This looks like a touchdown for the Owls.
Fantastic run and fantastic blocking up front and on the outside for the young freshman who brought it in, showing off some of that speed that we know he has.
He is fast, and boy, you can't do anything about speed. He made the outside corner, and then there was no way they were going to catch him then. I like to see the Owls getting on the board early, get a little confidence built in this team. Got an interesting formation here on the extra point.
I love the creative formations on the extra points.
Calling the play in from the sideline still. They're going to wait and see what the Braves defense lines up with. We've got a flag on the play, so hold on 1 second. Called a substitution penalty on the Owls. Moved him back 5. So the extra point attempt will apparently not be a kick attempt, but will be a 2-point conversion variety. 15 seconds on the play clock. The Owls will have to be really efficient here to get the play in.
Looks like they're getting their personnel in order.
They do get the play off in time. Gallegos, a straight pass, drop back, and complete. Jeremiah. I'm sorry, to Elijah Gonzalez in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Good job, Owls.
Great protection up front, all the way around. Quick strike. And this is the second game in a row the Owls, on their first drive, have driven down and scored. It's a great sign. Things are looking good for Reagan County.
That was an interesting play, too, because it was a straight pass all the way. Elijah kind of sat down in between defenders right there, and Jacob Gallegos put it right on the numbers.
That's a beautiful pass.
That's a tricky play when you've got to get 7 yards. You've got to get 8 yards instead of 3, so good to see 8 and 0 up on the board for the Owls.
Hear the crowd cheering for the Owls, and for those of y'all who have been to Reagan County Owl football games before, the traditional footballs are flying in the stands to celebrate the touchdown by Reagan County.
Footballs, T-shirts, got the cheerleading squad making sure that the crowd stays into this game, and that was you may even have heard 2 bits. That's one of our favorites, isn't it?
It is. We like hearing that.
Kick formation for the Owls, a different kicker this time. I believe that's Xavier Reyes. Nope. Eddie Gonzalez with the pooch kick once again. Once one Braves receiver signaled fair catch, a different one caught it. They will bring it back to the place where the fair catch was signaled, which will put the Braves at 1st and 10 on their own 38-yard line.
Once that sign is indicated by either receiver, the catch is made by either one. It's dead right there.
That's exactly right. So they spotted at the 39-yard line. Braves go into a huddle. Kent appears to be calling the play. Braves in a tight formation once again. Braden Kent under center. Takes the snap. Hit immediately in the backfield. And driven back.
Looks like that was number 22, Matthew Guerrero, on that tackle. Good stop by the Owls.
Good quick reaction to that play. 2nd down and 11.
What have we got, about 2nd and 12 for the Braves?
Yeah, I'm going to show it as 2nd and 11, and they keep this tight formation with Kent under center. 2 backs in the backfield. Takes the snap. Roll out, looking to pass. Gets the ball away. And intercepted by Christian Galindo of the Owls, and he's got a couple of blockers in front of him, too. He's going to get a good gain return on this. All the way back into Braves territory. We'll see what this yellow flag is for, but I believe that's going to be after the interception.
You know, it's great work by the senior reading where the quarterback was looking and anticipating and making a difficult catch. But it started up front with the quarterback pressure put on by the Reagan County Owl defensive line. Just overall, great work, Owls.
They sure didn't give Braden Kent a whole lot of time to get rid of that ball. And Christian was looking for it when it went up in the air. We'll see what the call is here. Does appear to be going against the Owls as they're backing up a little bit. Whitehead is indicating to us that this is a block in the back against the Owls. Of course, that is on the return, so the interception still stands, but that run back that Christian Galindo got is going to be negated, and then another 10 tacked onto the back of it. So the Owls are all the way back here now at the 27-yard line where they'll run 1st and 10.
What kind of set do we have, Scott?
Well, this series looks a little bit different. We've got We've got 2 split left and 1 out right, but this is a straight pass from Gallegos in the shotgun. He's got a receiver open deep. Even Jaden Gonzalez takes the pass. He was wide open, and there was nobody between him and the end zone.
They weren't even close. He ran right by him, and great protection up front. And again, a fantastic pass by Jacob Gallegos. And, you know, sometimes those, when they're that open, those can be the hardest, and he put it right on the numbers.
They can, and he had a little bit of caution that went along with that because he wanted to make sure when a guy's that open, you want to make sure you hit him. And, boy, Jaden didn't have to do a whole lot after that because he's faster than the rest of those guys back there. He took it right to where it needed to be. Owls in this odd formation here again. Does look like they're going to snap it from here and run a screen pass, but it is incomplete to Matthew Guerrero on the left side. So conversion is no good, which leaves us with a 14-0 Owl lead.
Owls have struck twice, really quick. We've still got 5 minutes left in the first. What a fantastic start for Reagan County.
How badly do you think our boys needed to come out quick in this one, Steven?
I expected them to. I know they needed to. I know they wanted to, and I knew they would.
Getting in the end zone 2 times in the first, what is that, the first 8 minutes of the game, less than that? That's got to feel good for the Owls.
Well, so far in the first quarter, the kickoff team's definitely getting some work, and that's always a positive thing.
It is a good thing. It looks like the special teams has taken the opportunity to sort of experiment a little bit with the kickoffs, too. We've seen 2 of those pooch kicks, but interestingly, the guy teeing up the ball has never been the guy who's actually kicking the ball, so we'll see if the Owls are just working on some different things here in the kick formation. This time it is Reyes who kicks it fairly deep. Fielded by the Braves, number 33, J.D. Soliz. It's back to the 26-yard line. Good deep kick by Alexavier Reyes.
Looks like we had A.J. Avalos on the tackle for the Owls.
AJ, another freshman who's getting some early varsity playing time this season. In fact, I believe AJ is staying in the game at safety here. Braves up to the line, that same type formation. Kent under center. Takes the snap, plays to the left. Hand off to the back Barrera.
Brought down by a host of Owls, and that formation is something we're going to see a lot tonight, Scott. That's the slot T offense. It's a running offense. Mm-hmm. And that's the base formation. You'll see 90% or more of the Braves' plays that they come out of.
How many options do they have out of that formation? Do they mostly run? Would you say they throw once in a while, or how's this going to go?
I'd say they throw once in a while, not often. Most of the time it's a read-based offense, looking to see where certain players are, and you hand to one or pitch to another. It's widely used, can be effective, but right now the Owls are doing a great job of stopping it.
Kent takes the snap, drops back to pass. Pressured, and corralled by several Owls, brought down at the 30-yard line. Looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. That'll bring up 3rd and 7 for the Braves. Several Owls in on the action there.
Familiar slot T base formation for the Braves. 3rd down.
Back in motion. They fake the pitch. Give to the first back through for no gain. And we've already got another 4th down. Fourth, and we'll call it 6. Freshman Kent did his own punting out of this formation last time.
Who's back to receive for Reagan County? Who do we have?
I believe we've got Galindo and Avalos. Galindo takes it. Got a couple blockers.
He's got a seam.
Makes a good move to the outside. Still in the middle of the field. All the way back to the Braves' 40-yard line. Good return by Christian Galindo.
Another tough run for Christian Galindo. Senior's been a leader for the Owls on the field for several years. Really having himself a great start to this game.
He sure is, and he's one of those gritty guys too. Part of his leadership is found in his toughness. Alex Xavier Reyes checks in as the running back. Gonzalez and Avalos are split left. Octavian Reyes and Elijah Gonzalez are split right.
What's a call on the field, Scott?
It looks like we have a timeout on the field. So we will step away and we'll be back with you in a few minutes. We are back to live action. Owls appear to be ready to go.
Looks like the same formation coming out of that timeout by our end.
The Owls have this time 3 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Same personnel. Gallegos in the shotgun. One receiver in motion. Avalos comes into the backfield, takes the handoff, has some room. This is a good gain for A.J. Avalos. He's finally brought down, made it all the way down to the 25-yard line.
Number 21 for Iraan, Tony Barrera, really had to wrestle him down after a fantastic gain. And again, just a fantastic and great job by our line up front.
Boy, the blocking has to be good because, boy, he had a lot of space to run here. The band gives the Owls their traditional ESPN salute. Gallegos back in the shotgun. Hands off to Reyes. Nope, keeps it. Dodges one tackler in the backfield. Gets wrapped up at the 20. Tough to tackle all the way down to the 18-yard line. That's a good gain for Gallegos.
Jacob read the defense. He saw the right thing to do and made the correct play. And you know that's difficult to do in the heat of the moment, split second like that. But with the senior leadership and the quick reflexes he's developed with the years on the field, makes those plays where we can run them. He does a great job for the Owls. And they're already back up to the line. They're already in the red zone, and we're still in the first quarter.
Gallegos takes the snap, Drops back to pass. Has a receiver in the end zone. Once again, Elijah Gonzalez brings it in. This is another Owls touchdown.
Just a fantastic pass by Jacob Gallegos and a great catch by Elijah Gonzalez. Again, he was wide open, but those can be the trickiest ones to make the throw and make the catch.
And he knew he was wide open, too. You could see him waving. He was waving and saying, here I am, right here. Gallegos found him. 6 points, Owls. Another solid drive, too. They put together 3, 4, 5 plays. All of them were successful. Now we're lined up in this odd conversion formation again. Galindo takes the snap, goes directly to the line himself, and the conversion is good for an Owls lead of 22.
A little trickery on the conversion there, huh, Scott?
Well, I think this is why they like this formation. That you keep the defense guessing, and you've got those options like we saw before. They can throw a screen behind all those blockers, or if you've got enough space, just take it in yourself like Galindo did right there.
Well, I love saying these words. The Owl kickoff team's getting a workout in the first quarter.
That's a good thing, isn't it? Braves have Zapata deep to receive along with J.D. Soliz.
We'll see if the Owls also employ the kickoff trickery.
Well, they've done something a little different every time they've come out here, so trying to keep the Braves guessing. They're keeping us guessing, too. Reyes kicks it again. Sort of a mid-range kick. It does stay in bounds, forcing the Braves to field it. And the Braves receiver immediately steps out of bounds. I don't think he did that intentionally, but that's where he found himself.
I don't think he did, Scott. I think part of that was just a fantastic kick by Alexavier Reyes.
It was a good kick, and it started to curl back in. The receiver for the Braves looked like he thought it was going to go out of bounds, and then when it didn't, he figured he better field it, which is, of course, a good choice. 2 freshmen back there to receive, and they've got to make quick decisions at a varsity level.
The Owl defense has done a fantastic job against the Braves, and they look to pin them back in their own territory with a little time left in the first quarter.
Flag comes in on the play as the Owls get to Kent in the backfield, but I believe that flag is going to be for how early the Owls jumped. Owls get backed up 5 yards for offsides. 1st and 5 for the Braves. Tight slot T formation. Kent hands off to the running back, who's brought down immediately. This looks like it's by Boteo once again.
Looks like it was Boteo, and he read that quick and reacted quick and made a great open field tackle. Good job by the sophomore.
And he's deep into the backfield there, too. That's a 3-yard loss. So 2nd and 8 for the Braves.
What are we looking at here, Scott? 2nd down and about what?
2nd and 8. Same formation. Kent under center. Looks like we've got a timeout called by the Iraan coaching staff. We will step away and be right back. And we're back to the action here. We're at 2nd and 8. Braves on their own 17-yard line.
50 seconds left in the first quarter. Owls with a commanding lead, looking to pin them back down in their own territory once again.
Back in motion, takes the pitch, looks for room in the middle, not finding any. Brought down immediately by several Owls once again. Boteo in the mix.
Looks like we have Boteo, Guerrero, whole host of Owls out there.
Eric Garcia involved in that tackle too. Long third down, 3rd and 6 or 7.
It's what you love to see. Just hustling to the ball. The defense is doing a fantastic job tonight.
You could even see it in pregame warm-ups, the way the coaches have these Owls working on defense. They want to see a swarm of Owls get to the ball, and that's exactly what happened this time around. Kent under center once again on this 3rd and long. Looked like he temporarily fumbled the snap. He's keeping it around the corner and is brought down behind the line of scrimmage by Matthew Guerrero, who tripped him up.
It was a good read by Guerrero and good pursuit, putting the pressure on Kent. Again, we've got 4th down for the Braves.
Clock has run out on the first quarter, so we leave the end.
And we're back to the action with Reagan County having pinned down the Braves way deep in their own territory for a 4th down. Just starting out the second quarter, Owls are up big, 22-0.
Certainly looks like a punting situation for the Braves, who are all the way back at their 15-yard line with a 4th and 10. The Owls are assuming punt as they have A.J. Avalos and Christian Galindo back to receive. Not sure all the Braves have to talk about here. They're still in the huddle.
Does look like they're going to punt, Scott. We've got Galindo and
A.J. Avalos back.
A.J. back deep. Looks like the return is on. It looks like AJ is going to get a chance at a return.
If that ball stays in bounds, he'll field it. He sure does.
Gutsy return by Avalos.
Picks it up at the 50 and crosses over all the way to the 38-yard line of the Braves. Once again, great field position to start this series. Owls have 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left.
Looks like they've got the call, and here we go.
Isaac Perez to Gallegos' right. Takes the snap from shotgun. Wide receiver screen, this time to Eddie Gonzalez, coming off of the right side. Gets a good gain all the way across the 30. This is going to be close to a first down.
Another great pass by Gallegos and a good catch by Eddie. Caught it on the run and kept going. Nice gain for Reagan County.
He's hard to bring down. They did mark him down at the 30-yard line, so we'll have 2nd and 2. Galindo in motion. Fake the jet sweep. Keeper for Gallegos. Finds a little bit of space up the middle. Enough space for a first down as he gets to the 26-yard line of the Braves.
Gallegos again moves the chain with his feet for the Owls.
It was a very patient run by Jacob Gallegos there.
He knew the down and distance. He knew where he had to go, and he got it done for Reagan County. Gets us a first down, almost to the red zone. Owls are...
Galindo in motion. Fake the jet sweep once again. Gallegos on the keeper. This time he's corralled in the backfield. Still not down, but once you get 6 or 8 guys on you, you're going to go down eventually. Bring up 2nd down.
Looks like they've got the play in, Scott.
3 receivers to the left this time. Gonzalez, the lone receiver on the right. Gallegos drops back to pass. Looking downfield, looking across the middle of the field, in and out of the hands of Jaden Gonzalez.
It was a good read and a good pump fake by Gallegos. Got the defense to look a different way. But that's a tough pass to catch across the middle. Good effort by the Owls. Brings up 3rd down.
3rd and 10. We'll assume this is 2-down territory for the Owls, which doesn't necessarily mean they'll have to pass out of this formation this time. Gallegos takes the snap, drops back directly to pass. Some pressure. Has a receiver. Makes the catch.
I do believe he caught that, Scott.
I don't see the signal yet. Now we get the signal. One official has signaled touchdown. I believe that's the call.
Is that Christian Galindo?
We do have another touchdown.
What fantastic concentration to bring that ball in and have the wherewithal to get into the end zone. Just fantastic concentration by Galindo and a good pass by Gallegos.
Straight PAT attempt this time. Galindo is the holder. Movement on the left side. False start on the Owls. Moves them back 5. See if we change the play here or not. Galindo resets the tee at the 15-yard line. Alexavier Reyes, kicker. The snap, the hold, the kick. is up, and it is good.
Great job up front by Reagan County, keeping the defenders back, and Reyes splits the uprights to give the Owls a 29-0 lead early in the second quarter. What a fantastic start for Reagan County. Offense, defense, everything's clicking. The Owls are rolling, Scott.
It's got to feel good for these guys, too, because last week was a little bit of a rough go at it. And when you come out and everything's firing on all cylinders, it's probably a lot more fun to play football that way, isn't it?
It is, and I think with high school football in Texas, a little amnesia is okay. These guys need to forget about that and move forward and enjoy this wonderful evening and their efforts and their practice and their hard work. The Owls are putting it together, putting on a show, and it's great to see.
It is good to see, and I think the boys are having a good time. The crowd is really into it, as you might expect. And once again, it's your favorite, Steven. The Owls are in kickoff formation.
They are. Scott, we got about a little under 10 minutes left in the second quarter. The Owls are up 29-0.
I'll be interested to see how many different plays the Owls can run out of this kickoff formation, because we've seen 3 or 4 already. Reyes kicks. This one does go out of bounds. Flag comes in.
Scott, explain that flag to us.
The way the official will show it to us, he'll show the same signal as they show for a false start, but what it actually is a kickoff out of bounds that is not touched by any player before it goes out of bounds is a 5-yard penalty, and the receiving team usually has the option of taking the 5 yards from there, or they can move the kickers back 5 yards and make them kick it again. Braves up to the line. Kent with the keeper, drops back to pass, has no time to get rid of the ball as 3 or 4 Owls are in the backfield to drop him for a loss. Good pressure by the Owls this time. 23-yard line. Second down. 19.
Looks like a fancy shift by the Owls, and
Jaden Gonzalez grabs onto the Braves runner, brings him down.
it's a good open tackle by the senior. Open field tackle by the senior, Jaden Gonzalez.
It's a good thing Jaden gets a hold of him there, because there's a lot of space behind Jaden.
It's something Jaden's been doing for several years for the Owls. You can count on him to make sure they're not going to get past Jaden Gonzalez.
Motion, pitch interrupted. This is a fumble. The Owls are saying they have it. We'll wait for an official indication.
Scott, it looks like Reagan County has it. Who came up with the
They
ball
sure
there?
think they do. That is Owls turnover. They interrupted a pitch play there where Kent went to pitch it to his back, and the Owls were right in his face.
Was that? Looks like it was Eric Garcia who was down there with the ball. What a fantastic play by the senior linebacker for the Owls to read and react and get the fumble that quick. Wow. And the Owls, with 8 minutes left in the second quarter with a big lead, are back in the red zone threatening the Iraan Braves.
1st and 10 for the Owls at the 22. Across the formation. Keeper by Gallegos. Picks up a couple extra yards. That's actually a very good run. That's a good read, because if Gallegos hands it off there, then the Owls lose yards, but he keeps it, turns it into a pretty significant gain.
Yes, and he's really become masterful at this art of reading the defense and getting out there and getting what the Owls need and when they need it. Great job by the senior quarterback.
Can be interesting to watch because when you see somebody get tackled, you assume the guy who's getting tackled has the ball. That's not always the case, like on this play. Perez right up the middle, has a lot of space. Picks up the first down.
Tough running by Perez, breaks several tackles.
He's hard to bring down too. You know, Isaac Perez ran for nearly 100 yards last week, and they were tough yards. He worked for every one of them.
You're right, Scott. We saw Perez last week just run with a toughness that's just hard to bring down. I'd look for the Owls to hand him the rock again and let him finish the job and get a touchdown.
They like to run out of this formation. Sure enough, Perez up the middle, immediately into the end zone, barely even touched. The Owls have another 6.
Good job up front by the Owls. The line is putting on a clinic. Tough running by Isaac Perez. With 6:35 left in the second quarter, we've got another touchdown by Reagan County. Looks like we've got some more special team sorcery going on.
Call it whatever you like. The Owls run back into a traditional formation now and are lined up for a kick with Galindo as holder, Reyes as kicker. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and the signal tells us it is good. Extra point attempt is good. 36 for the Owls.
2 in a row for Alex Xavier Reyes. Nice kick, nice block, and a good lead for Reagan County. We're going to pause for a moment.
All right, just getting back here. Owls kickoff. Fielded by the Braves inside their own 20 and brought out, across the 25. Brought down by several Owls. Braves will take possession at their own.
Looks like number 24, Alex Xavier Reyes, finished off the tackle there.
He sure did. Good coverage by the Owls. Good to see Reyes in there. I believe he actually was the kicker on that play as well. So when your kicker's downfield making that tackle, that's a good sign.
It is a great sign. Good special teams work for Reagan County. The defense has to be fired up after that great stop by the kickoff team, pinning the Braves back in their own territory.
Braves not in much of a hurry to get a playoff here. Starting several freshmen in these key positions. They want to make sure they get the thing going correctly. Which also makes sense why they run everything out of the same formation, especially early in the season. Handoff to the right side. Brought down immediately.
I couldn't see who made the tackle there, Scott.
The thing is, we've got 2 or 3 or 4 Owls around the ball every time they get up from the pile. So So we're getting in there, and we're swarming to the ball.
Looks like it was number 24, Xavier Reyes. Good job, Owls. Owls crowd the line of scrimmage, and they're ready to go. There's the snap.
First back through has a hold this time. Picks up several yards. Going to be close to an 8-yard gain. Nearly out to the 35-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 34. We'll call it 3rd down and 2. Braves back up to the line. Stack the running backs to the left side. Second man through takes the handoff. Looks like he's going to have enough for a 1st down. Brought down by 3 or 4 Owls.
Looks like the tackle was led by Hunter Fuller, the sophomore linebacker. Made a good stop there.
Fuller is not afraid to stick his nose in there. .440 and counting left in the second quarter.
Looks like the Braves are going to take their time, and I'd anticipate that to be the case for the remainder of the game.
I wouldn't expect them to be in much of a hurry here either. We got this young team. Going to work on execution. Kent under center. Ball is on the ground once again. The Owls think they have it, but there's no indication yet. We'll see what the call is.
Looks like there's some discussion on the field.
1st down, Reagan County. Maybe you saw this on the replay. As Perez comes in to make that tackle. Jars the ball loose. Gallegos takes the snap. Hands off to Reyes, brought down immediately. Upended at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Looks like number 50 for Iraan came in there and made the tackle. Good tackle by Javier Hernandez. 2nd down for Reagan County.
Hernandez, one of just a handful of seniors on this team. Read that play right from the beginning.
3 minutes, 48 seconds left in the first half. Owls are up 36-0.
Galindo in motion across the center. Handoff to Galindo on sort of a jet. And Galindo breaks free. May have enough for the 1st down.
Looks like Christian made the right read. Got around the corner, but not too wide. Got in the open field and made another good run.
From the running back perspective, what makes that play work is knowing when to plant your foot in the ground and turn upfield, and he picked exactly the right moment for.
More toughness on display by Christian Galindo and really all the Owl runners. They run tough. It takes more than one person to bring an Owl down.
Out of the shotgun once again, Galindo in motion. Movement, whistle, flag. False start on the offense. That'll move the Owls back 5. 1st and 15. Galindo out, Octavian Reyes in. Galindo back to pass, over the middle. Incomplete. Nearly made another connection here.
Looks like the tempo might have been a little off, but Gallegos was still able to maintain composure, drop back, and put a pretty good ball out there.
So, Steven, the formation that the Owls are using this series is a little bit different. What do you call that position that number 44 is in there?
Looks like he's an H-back, and he's still in. We got 3 receivers out.
So that number 44, you know him?
I do. That's my son.
Octavian Reyes in motion, fake the jet sweep, come back the other direction. Alex Xavier Reyes gets a block, goes down at the 20 for a very good gain.
Another tough run by an Owl running back. This time, Alex Xavier Reyes putting on a clinic on how to run tough. I love the effort, I love the toughness, and I just love the passion the running backs run with. They're motivated, they want to win, and they're putting on a great show for the home crowd.
It's a good combination, too, of the Owls using power and using some misdirection to get receivers out in the open field.
I want to give a shout out to
Gallegos takes the snap. Keeper brought down. Go ahead, give the shout outs.
Looks like we've got some people from all over the state watching the game. We've got Beth Alexander from Athens, Texas, rooting for the Braves. We've got Randy Mobley watching. Lauren Moore. Mary Jean Middleton looks like she's watching. Luisa Sosa Khan. Del Rio, Texas, class of 2004 of Reagan County. Thanks for tuning in.
Keep those comments coming. We'll keep track of them. Gallegos, keeper, dodges a couple of tacklers, makes his way down across the first down marker. The Owls are going to have first down. Looks to be first down and goal from the 10-yard line. Gallegos, snap, hands off to Reyes, has some space on the left side, walks into the end zone untouched. Good blocking on the left side.
Looks like number 50 for the Owls. Looks like Christian Turner and the rest of the line did a fantastic job opening a hole that, to be frank, Scott, I might could have run through that.
you might could have.
You haven't seen me run, so it wouldn't be real pretty, but I think I could have pulled it off.
We're gonna stay with might could have.
Appreciate the confidence as always. Here we are, back again with attempted special team sorcery, but not today. Looks like Guerrero is going to try the extra point.
Galindo still the holder. Here's the snap. The hold is down. Nope. Galindo picks it up, going for the end zone. A little pass. Octavian Reyes incomplete in the end zone. They nearly pulled it off. I think that's the sorcery you're talking about right there. You can run so many different things out of this.
I guess so. Maybe that's not the right word. Wizardry, I think, at the level of the what we're seeing from the Owls tonight.
Let's go with wizardry. I like that.
And we'll be back. Who's kicking off? Well, we don't know yet, do we, Scott?
We don't know. In fact, they line up in this formation and they make us guess.
It's a triple option kickoff. You just don't see that a lot.
It may be even more than triple, but it's pretty straight this time. Reyes, a squib kick up the middle, forcing the Braves to field it on the hop. Actually, they stay down and field it at the 24-yard line where they'll take over there. Yeah, it is interesting the number of things that the Owls can do out of that kickoff formation. They mark it at the 23 for the Braves, 1st and 10. 56 seconds to go in the first half.
Reagan County is going to be looking to pin the Braves back yet again. And with just a little bit of time remaining in the second quarter, I'd look for the Braves to try to slow the clock down, and I'd look for the Owls to bring everything they've got.
We'll see if the Braves have any aggressive plays in their playbook or if they will be content to run the clock and get out of here for halftime. Play clock was running down. Ira Ann's coach calls timeout.
Looks like we got a timeout. And before we go to break, I want to mention a few names watching the game. We got Mike Carrasco from Del Rio. Thanks for tuning in. Esther Blankenship in San Angelo. She's supporting the Owls. Thank you, Esther. Sandra Green, class of 1976. She's tuning in. Thanks for all your support. We appreciate it, and we'll be back. I threw that one at you. Which one?
Back to the action here. Kent under center. Handoff. Stopped immediately by the Owls. Once again, 3 or 4 Owls around the football. Stopped at the 25-yard line. Very short gain.
It's one of the things about that slot T offense you'll see. It'll really chew the clock.
It will, and it does look like the Braves will be content at this point to run a couple of plays, go into the locker room and regroup.
It's fantastic to see the Owls breaking off at half, going into the locker room, and being able to talk about a lot of positive things.
Still playing with a lot of energy, too. Look at them in the backfield. They are getting past their blockers quickly. Clock is going to run down on the end of the second quarter.
Great tackle by Hunter Fuller. He busted in there and made a good stop for a loss. And that's the end of the first half, ladies and gentlemen, with the Owls up 42, the Braves 0. And we'll be back.
Nice, good job. Great. We are back for some halftime entertainment, and you will see on your screen the Mighty Owl Band taking the field. Now, at this point in the marching season, they of course are not ready to give us what we will see later on, which would be their entire show. But at this point, they're going to play parts of our show, fight song, those kinds of things, and I am going to stop talking and turn it over to the Mighty Owl Band.
I can't wait
As you can hear, the crowd is very excited tonight about being here for Owl football, and a good job by the Mighty Owl Band. We will have quite an extended break here. We're still 14 minutes away from beginning the second half.
Hey, can you give me water? Thanks.
Something hornish.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, to start the second half. The Owls got a big lead, 42-0 coming out. I'm Stephen Dodd. I'm here with Scott Myers, and we'll be carrying you through this second half. What'd you see in the first half that you liked, Scott?
Well, I saw a lot of things that I liked. For one, the Owls are moving the ball really consistently. They're very confident when they come up to the line of scrimmage. Their execution is really sharp. That's a really good thing to keep going.
I liked what I saw on offense, just some really good execution and great work by the line up front. I mean, they have been clearing the way all season long, but it's really showing tonight. Happy for those guys having some success and getting what they've worked hard for, and this line is as good as any. Before we go into the kickoff, I want to say a few words to our viewers. I want to say hi to Jim Fuller out there from Lubbock. Jim's watching his son, his grandson Hunter, and somewhat his son, Coach Shane Fuller here in Big Lake. His grandson's playing a whale of a game. We've called his name out a few times. He's made some fantastic tackles. His son's up here in the booth doing a great job for the Owls. We've got Melissa Wood, class of 1987. Hope you're doing well. Blanca Gonzalez. Her grandson is Juan Saucedo. He's one of the ones on the front line clearing the way for the Owls.
Opening up those holes.
Stacy Ann Avalos, class of 2000. Want to say hello to Joe Scott from Ira Ann, class of 1961, supporting his Braves. Stephen Vaquera, class of 2005. We appreciate you watching, and we thank you for your support. And here we go, Scott.
Owls are receiving the second half kickoff. In this formation, the Owls actually have 6 receivers back and 5 up at the 50-yard line. Anticipating those mid-range kicks. Official gives the signal to start play for the third quarter.
And we're underway in the second half. Looks like Isaac Perez is taking the opening kickoff, and he's got a lane. Good blocking up front. And a big run down to the 30-yard line. Great run, great start to the second half for the Reagan County Owls.
That was well blocked out here on the outside, too.
Had a good block out front by, looked like Turner, Christian Turner, Matthew Guerrero, clearing the way for Isaac Perez and more of that tough running that we become accustomed to when we watch him get the ball.
You may see some personnel changes here for the Owls in the third quarter. In fact, Eric Garcia is lined up next to Jacob Gallegos. Once again, one receiver right. Sorry, one left, 2 right, H-back. Gallegos takes a snap, hands off to Garcia. Protecting the ball well, running well, getting to the outside. Big gain for Garcia, knocked out of bounds at about the 5-yard line.
Another big hole. Just a great job by the Reagan County offensive line. You just can't say enough about the work these guys are doing up front.
I am not sure that could have been blocked any better. That is exactly how you block that play. And Garcia turned it into a monster gain. Garcia stays in at running back. Samaniego is split left now. Galindo in the slot. Goes into motion, back into the backfield. Handoff to Galindo. Space up the middle. Brought down at the 1-yard line, just short of the goal.
The Braves did a good job holding the Owls back there. That's some good work by the Braves' front defensive line.
Second and goal. Play clock is down to 8. Owls in formation. Gallegos takes the snap. Galindo once again Same play, this time in the end zone for a touchdown.
Great blocking up front. Galindo gets it in with 9 minutes, 48 seconds. Just a few ticks off the clock. This second half, we've got an Owl touchdown.
Sure is good to see all of those Owls up front. Everybody is getting a hat on somebody, and they're pushing them back. Well blocked once again, as you've been saying the whole evening, Stephen.
Started off with a great return by Perez. A couple of good running plays, and the Owls are already in the end zone.
The snap, the hold, the kick, and Reyes once again with the PAT.
I believe he's 3 for 3, Scott.
I believe he is. 9:24 remaining in the third quarter. Owls 49, Braves 0. We'll be right back. And we are back for the Owls in this wizardry kickoff formation once again. Is it wizardry? Is that what we're calling it?
I like the kickoff triple option. So, looks like an
Squib
onside
kick
by
up,
the Owls.
Squib kick up the middle. The ball is actually
loose.
It is loose, and we're not sure yet who has it. As always happens, players will give an indication long before officials will. And white jersey comes up with the ball. Iraan will retain possession at their own 36-yard line. Ball now spotted at the 41.
A little confused as to what happened there, Scott. But it's 1st and 10, Iraan.
I was a little confused myself. That's why I looked at you that way.
Well, it's a beautiful night here in Big Lake, Texas. In my opinion, the greatest place in the world. Temperature's about 80 degrees, light breeze, high school football going on.
The Friday night lights, here we are. Owls in the backfield immediately. Ball is on the ground once again. And the indication is Owls recover the fumble. First down once more, Reagan County Owls.
Guess who got that kick, Scott? Alex Xavier Reyes. Boy, he's having him a game, isn't
How
he?
about that? He sure is.
Excuse me. Guess who got that fumble?
Another personnel change here. Freshman AJ Avalos is going to get some snaps here from the shotgun in the quarterback position. Snap, fakes the handoff. Keeper, Avalos off the right side. Picks up several yards. Good blocking in front of him. That's about a 6-yard gain for AJ Avalos.
Great execution by the freshman. And to come in the game at any time as a freshman and take snaps at quarterback, that's just impressive. That's a lot of poise by that young man.
It's a really great opportunity for AJ this week. The JV did not get to play yesterday, and so some of the JV players are suited up here for Friday night, and some of them are getting to take snaps right now. We saw AJ in the first half. We saw Raymond Saldivar in the first half. Avalos in the shotgun. Hands off to Garcia off the left side. Garcia protects the ball really well. Gets down across the first down marker to about the 27-yard line of the Braves. 1st and 10.
Good run by the senior and a nice tackle by number 29, Gavin Aguirre for the Braves.
The Owls like to run off of that left side where Justin Glass seals off that whole side from his left tackle position.
He's done a fantastic job all night.
Avalos, shotgun. Snap. Keeper. Gets wrapped up for a 2-yard gain.
Again, the freshman showing the wherewithal to pull the ball and run it around and get the Owls a few yards.
It's a really great experience, especially on these read option type of plays where you've got to figure out where the defensive lineman is and when he's crashing and when he's containing, when to keep it, when to hand it off. Great opportunity for AJ to get varsity snaps right now.
And a great job by the Brave defense in corralling him.
Play clock down to 1. Snap, handoff to Garcia. Protects the ball really well again. Gets to the outside. Picks up 7 or 8 yards. A good run by Eric Garcia. Looks like 3rd and 3. 17-yard line. I'm sorry, 3rd and 3 at the 20. The line to gain is the 17. Avalos snap. Keeper up the middle. Has the first down. Across the 15. Down to the 12. First down, AJ Avalos.
More good blocking up front and some real quickness on display by the freshman. Quick feet, moving through the hole and getting there, and he's also not afraid of contact.
Play signaled in from the sideline. Play clock is down to 8. Owls are going to have to move quickly here. They get it off in time. Once again to Garcia off the right side. Has a little bit of room. Inside the 10. Good run once more.
Good run and a good tackle by number 51 for the Braves, Elijah Hernandez.
A little more quickly to the line this time. Snap. Keeper. Avalos off the right side. Good gain. Looking for the end zone. Not quite there, but enough for a first down. 1st and goal at the 1.
Looks like the Owls are getting the call.
Avalos takes the snap, hands off to Garcia, who's hit immediately in the backfield. This is going to be a loss of yardage on this play. The Braves got in there quickly this time.
They did. They did a great job getting to the ball and shutting that down.
Clock continues to run. 2:06 left in the 3rd quarter.
Looks like the Owls have the call. 2nd and goal.
Avalos hands off to Garcia up the middle. All the
Tough
way
run by the senior. He almost got in there.
He did almost get in. Down to the 1, where we'll have 3rd and goal. Avalos, Garcia. This time I believe he is in the end zone. There's the indication. Touchdown, Eric Garcia. Another one in the end zone for the Owls.
Tough run by the senior. Gets in the end zone. All around great effort by the Owls. You know, Scott, while they're lining up to kick the extra point, you know, a football game like this has a lot of different moving parts, and you spoke about the pageantry earlier. I think part of that pageantry involves someone you might know down on the sidelines.
What exactly are you asking, Steven?
Well, I think you know one of the cheerleaders.
I do. This is a great cheerleading squad, and you'll see my daughter Kayla out there, and actually you'll be more likely to hear her. Extra point is up and is no good. I think I should take this moment to tell you who all the cheerleaders are. Senior cheerleaders, Zoe Chavez, Gali Hernandez, Eliza Rodriguez, and Clarissa Flores. Juniors, Kayla Myers, McKenna Gunnels, Valeria Rico. Sophomores, Aaliyah Chavez, Jaden Reyes, and Jillian Mendoza. Freshman cheerleaders, Anaí Narvaez and Aleda Flores. How about that, Steven?
That's some fantastic work. And I want to thank them for leading the crowd with their cheers and cheering the Owls on and motivating the guys to victory. Great job. I also want to give a shout out to the band. Another great performance by the Mighty Owl Band. You know, we had an opportunity last week to talk to Chris Cooper leading the Mighty Owl Band, and the effort he put in the new uniforms was just fascinating to hear about. Capturing the culture of this community. This has just been a great performance by everyone involved.
I believe we'll have more opportunity to talk about the Mighty Owl Band after a little bit. We have actually come to the end of the third quarter, and we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in a moment. That was just a short break there. Reyes teased the ball up for the Owls in kick formation. Pretty much a straight kickoff this time. Kick up the middle, fielded by the Braves at the 20-yard line. Makes the outside edge. This is a good return by Iraan out to the 36-yard line.
Was a nice return for the Braves, setting him up with some good field position to start the fourth quarter.
Ball is spotted at the 35. Mr. Cooper is certainly excited about the things that he's been able to work on with the band. They had a good band camp this summer. They've got a leadership structure where the students take on a lot of leadership. As Kent takes the snap, hands off around the end. Short gain, maybe 3 yards. But the uniforms look great. He's excited. You may recall that they've got a martial arts theme. They've got an instructor coming in to work with the band students. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Boy, it does. And year after year, the Mighty Owl Band, discipline, does great work, and just keeps improving. And so proud of those kids and the effort they put forth all year long.
Braves back up to the line. Kent takes the snap. Off the right side. Short gain, 2 or 3 more yards. It'll be third down. Gavin Aguirre getting a lot of the workload for the Braves here.
Scott, the Braves are playing hard. They're still pushing, and they're moving the ball.
Third, and we'll call it 4. Handoff left side. Short gain, short of the first down. Braves huddle up. Go into regular formation, Kent under center. Quarterback sneak. Picked up a couple. This is going to be close.
Looks like they got it.
Indication from the sideline is first down Braves. Keeper for Kent. Swallowed up immediately at the line of scrimmage. Maybe even a short loss.
Good work by the Owl defense. That was a nice tackle by number 54.
Fabian Garcia getting in there.
Good work. Scott, did you get a chance to taste any of that brisket that's being offered at the concession stand?
Oh, man. It's my one regret from this evening is I have not got the brisket yet. Big stuff by Matthew Guerrero. Way in the backfield. The new facilities are fantastic, and the concession stand is part of the new facility. And with new facility, apparently came new menu, because as I understand it, brisket now goes with everything. Is that how it goes?
That's my understanding. And growing up in Big Lake, Scott, I got to tell you, you kind of knew that growing up. I mean, brisket does go with everything. It's a great breakfast treat.
I'm pretty sure you can get brisket sandwich, brisket on a potato, brisket nachos. How am I doing? Stop me if I go too far.
I'd like you to keep going. Brisket tacos, brisket with eggs. I can go on and on.
Is that available at the concession stand?
You know, I don't know if it's on the menu, but I bet if we ask, they'll slap it together for us. Anyway, back to the action. What do we got here, Scott?
Another stop for the Owls brings up another fourth down. This time the Braves do go into punt formation.
Looks like the Owls almost got a block.
They did get the punt away. Good time to let this one roll.
Elijah Gonzalez decides he's going to let that one go back. Plenty of Braves around. Good choice. Good play by the junior. He's had a great game tonight.
Heads up play. Just let that one roll. Owls will take over at their own 11-yard line.
5 minutes, 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Can you get just brisket if I just ask them to sell me just some brisket?
I think it's worth a shot. I think they'll do it.
Two running backs next to Avalos.
And
Handoff
looks
is to
like
Dodd.
Dylan Dodd running.
Dylan Dodd makes the outside. He has an open field in front of him, and he's turning it on for a big guy. Here he goes down the right-hand sideline, running hard all the way into the end zone. Touchdown, Dylan Dodd.
Big run by the big guy. I don't think nothing says 2020 any more than Dylan Dodd running for a long touchdown.
This play one more time. Dylan Dodd lined up next to the quarterback, just took the handoff. Once he hit the outside, there wasn't anybody left to catch him.
Big man's got some wheels, Scott.
Turned it on a little bit there, too. That has to be fun. Lined up in a position he doesn't normally line up in, but made the most of it at that moment. Snap, hold, kick is good.
Who was that, Scott? Who kicked that ball?
That's Xavier Reyes.
Let me
one more
tell you,
time.
that has been fantastic work by Xavier Reyes. Is he 4 for 4?
The timing is good on that play with the, all the moving parts there have to be exact, and they are exact, and he's kicking well tonight. Good to see the junior Dylan Dodd get that opportunity right there and make the most of it. Owls have a lot of things to celebrate tonight. Feels like for the Owls it's been a long time coming, I think.
It does, but there's been a lot of really great execution on the part of the Owls, and it really started from the very first drive of the game. You could tell they were dialed in, they've had good practices, and just putting the work in, making their blocks, and executing. It's nice to see the Owls have a successful night. Proud of these young men.
Very sharp on both sides of the ball tonight. The offense obviously is clicking. The defense, I thought, has played so well tonight. It has been very difficult for the Braves to pick up yards against this Owl defense. They've been very stingy. Stephen Dodd's favorite formation.
It's a triple option, what I call the triple option kickoff.
And it means that the Owls just scored, so I think that's what actually makes it your favorite. Good deep kick down the middle by Reyes this time. Takes a bounce. This is going to be a touchback. That is a good, solid, deep kick for Xavier Reyes.
It is, and Reyes has consistently shown throughout this game he's on point when it comes to kicking extra points and getting the ball deep. He's done a fantastic job.
That kind of thing is going to become more and more important through the course of this season. To have a kicking game that's reliable really does matter.
So with 2 minutes left in the game, the Braves are starting their own 20.
First and 10 at the 25.
I'd like to take this opportunity as this game winds up again to thank our sponsor, Soliz Optimum, and the Big Lake Wildcat for giving us the opportunity to show this game online to our fans during these difficult times. Can't thank you enough. Can't thank you for your sponsorship, your hard work, and how great it is for this community. For anyone that can't make the game, you can tune in and watch it. You can watch your family, watch your friends, and celebrate with the Owls. Thank you, Soliz Optimum and the Big Lake Wildcat.
I think can I give one of these shout outs too?
Absolutely.
Because I've got one here from Timothy Stark. Timothy Stark was an Owl when I first moved to Big Lake. In fact, he was QB1 when I first moved here. So he's watching us online and watching the Owls and probably wishing that he could be here and see this in person. Shout out to Timothy Stark.
"20 seconds left in the game. Owls hold a commanding lead.
Clock is going to wind down here. We're going to end up with a final score of the Owls 62, Braves 0.
Thank you for joining us, and look for the Owls to be live streamed in the near future as we support Reagan County and enjoy the pageantry of West Texas football. Thanks, good night, be safe.